What is up, YouTube? Today I will be showing you how you can make $10,000 a month with your clothing brand off this one marketing strategy. If you don't know who I am, my name is Elohim. I run a six-figure clothing brand called Be Special, and I also help brand owners start and scale their brands as well. Today in this video, I will be giving you the ins and outs of influencer marketing. Let's get into it. So let's talk about simply the importance of influencer marketing before we even get into how to find the right influencer. First thing when it comes to influencer marketing is that it builds your brand's visibility. So when you're first starting off as a brand, or when you're starting a brand and you work with an influencer, that influencer's audience is now seeing your brand. So you're getting more eyes on your brand while working with that influencer. Number one, that it builds your brand's visibility, it expands your brand, and it allows more eyes on your brand. Simple as that. Number two, it builds trust. When you're a first-time customer, and I'm a first-time customer on your brand page, and I see that an influencer, or just honestly with somebody just wearing it, but an influencer specifically wearing your merch on your brand page, it builds more trust for me to buy from your brand compared to a brand page that doesn't have any influencers on their page, just simply their merch on the ground, or simply just displaying their merch, whatever it is. It gives me more trust and more credibility as a brand when an influencer is on my page and a first-time customer comes to the page and wants to buy. That customer will buy from a brand page that has an influencer actually wearing the merch, rather than a brand page that doesn't have an influencer in the merch and just has the merch displayed on the page. Number three will be UGC content. In my 2-hour free marketing course video that is on my YouTube channel right now, which I strongly suggest that you check out, we talk about the types of content you need for your brand, and one of those is UGC content. So when it comes to influencer marketing, UGC content is very important. And number three would have to be that UGC content, simply for the fact that you can use influencers content as UGC content. And UGC content is basically third-person content, customers, supporters, influencers, people other than you and your models in your brand. So this also builds, again, trust and credibility. When customers are checking out your brand page, checking out your website, whatever it is, that UGC content will build trust and credibility for other customers, other people to buy from your brand. Influencer marketing is super important, man, because you want to make sure you get that UGC content. Last but not least, on why influencer marketing is important is that it builds engagement. So like I said earlier in the video, when you are dealing with an influencer, their audience will be attracted to your brand, because when we find influencers, we want to make sure we find the right influencer for your brand's identity. Their audience will bring their engagement to your brand. So that's why influencer marketing is so important. Now let's talk about how to actually get influence. How do I actually find influencers for my clothing brand? And I feel like not a lot of clothing brand owners talk about this. Steal other brand owners' influencers. Simple as that. Do your market research and find other brands that match your niche, match your brand identity, and simply steal their influencers. Some of you guys are probably watching like, oh, I don't want to steal their influencers, I want to find my own, and boom, boom, boom. That's perfectly fine. You can find your own all you want, but I'm trying to give you guys ways on how you can do things faster. And this is one of the ways. Steal influencers from other brands' pages. Simply because influencers always need content, they always need clothes, and they're always looking to produce new content. They're not going to produce new content with old clothes and old outfits. They're always looking for something new. It's not anything against the other brand. It's not anything against the influencer. All you have to do is find a brand that's simply like your brand's identity, and see what type of influencers they're using, and simply contact those influencers. It's simple as that. Number two would be outfit pages on Instagram. So I'll just give you guys a quick example right here of an outfit page on Instagram. If you're a brand owner and you've been in the clone brand scene for a little bit of time, you'll know what an outfit page is. It's basically just faceless page with a bunch of influencers, and they're basically featuring the influencer's outfit. So they'll have like a Kai Cenat's outfit, or Duke Dennis's outfit, or Quan's outfit. They also have micro influencers within those pages. They feature their outfits as well. All you have to do is go on Instagram, go to the search bar, type in outfit. All you have to do is type in outfit, and you will find a bunch of outfit pages with simply a flooded amount of influencers and their different outfits. And this is also a hack that not a lot of clothing brand owners talk about, and I love this hack because outfit pages don't have a specific niche of clothing that they promote. So within these outfit pages, you're gonna find influencers that are in all types of different clothing brand niches, in all type of different outfits: cowboy outfits, streetwear outfits, casual outfits, whatever it is. The main objective of these outfit pages is to show the best outfit between these influencers. It's not specific to a certain type of clothing. It's just whoever has the best outfit. So that's why these outfit pages is a hack when it comes to finding influencers for your brand. Whatever niche that you're in for your clothing brand, you're able to find that influencer on these outfit pages. Number 3 would be explore page on Instagram. Before you go through your explore page on Instagram, you want to make sure that your page is actually trained within the fashion algorithm. If your personal page and your brand page isn't trained to where your explore page is showing clothing brand, fashion, what you're actually into, you want to either create a page, create a spam page, right? Create a spam page and literally train the algorithm to only clothing brand, fashion, clothing, whatever it is, so that your explore page can simply give you that certain type of content. You definitely, as a brand owner, you definitely want to have that type of page, whatever it is, whether it's your personal page, whether it's your brand page, whether it's a spam page. You always want to have a page that is trained for fashion content or clothing brand content, whatever it is, so that on the explore page, you're able to find different influencers wearing different outfits, and you can find influencers. Number 4, I feel like is the least working strategy, but sometimes it works for me. So you want to simply go to TikTok, go to Instagram, simply just type in hashtag influencer, hashtag streetwear influencer, hashtag streetwear. With these hashtags, you can simply find influencers like that as well. Most of the time, influencers aren't posting and then putting hashtag streetwear after their post. So it's gonna be a lot harder to find influencers that way, but the first 3 strategies are definitely great ways to find influencers. When it comes to finding influencers, when it comes to searching for the right influencer, you wanna make sure you're leveraging micro influencers. Stop going for the influencers with 100K, 200K, 500,000, 1 million followers. Stop doing that. Especially when you're a new and up-and-coming brand, they're not going to notice you. If you want to get Kai Cenat some merch, it's going to be very, very hard for you as a new brand. So leverage micro influencers. These are influencers under 100K, but they have very good engagement. So when you're looking for these influencers, you want to do a couple different things. Definitely want to look at the amount of followers, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the engagement. I have a list of influencers. Some of the influencers that I work with, they have 10K, 15K, 20K, but they're getting 100, 200, 300 comments. I also have small influencers that have 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 followers and getting the same amount of comments, 100 comments, 200 comments. Don't necessarily look at the followers, look at the engagement. Look how many comments they're getting. Look how many shares they're getting. Look how many likes they're getting, because that's what really matters. The followers don't matter, man. I hate when you guys come to me and say, this influencer only has this amount of followers. Should I even send them the merch? Stop looking at the followers. Look at the engagement, because that's what really matters. Now, let's talk about how to even contact these influencers. So say you're searching, and you think you find the right influencer. How do you even contact them? How do I even get their attention? A couple different things you want to do. Before you even contact the influencer, you want to make sure you have a goal. What is your goal? What do you want to do with this influencer? Do you want to get more sales? Do you want to get more followers? Do you want to get more likes? Do you want to get more SMS subscribers? What is your goal with this influencer? That's what you want to think of when you're contacting them. When you contact this influencer, you simply want to send them a DM. So say I just had a drop and I want to send them a product because I want to get more sales. Within that message, I want to say, hey, what's good? I want to send you a piece from my brand. This is the piece. Are you want to wear it in exchange for promo on your page? They take a while to respond, maybe a couple days. I really don't recommend working with that influencer, simply for the simple fact that, they took a couple days to respond. So I don't want that to be a reoccurring thing when it comes to working with that influencer. If they respond within 28, 48 hours, I think that's pretty good to work with that influencer. Now, this influencer may have prices. Some influencers may do it for free. It just depends on who the influencer is. When it comes to an influencer trying to charge for a feed post or a story post, it is what it is, y'all. That's their pricing. Now, you could negotiate with them if you want to. That's totally up to you. They might even go for it. I would honestly give it a try. Some influencers do it for free though. Definitely try to get the influencer that do it for free. If they're charging for a feed post or whatever you're trying to do, simply just consider whether or not you want to spend the money, man. Sometimes you have to invest in your brand and spend that money to get the influencer in your merch because you know you're gonna get it back, but it's simply up to you depending on who the influencer is. When you're contacting these influencers and say you guys come to an agreement, you want to make sure you have a contract. You want to make sure that there's no miscommunication. You want to make sure that everything is in line, and you want to make sure you simply don't get scammed. Simply have a contract, and in this contract it states everything that was said and that was agreed upon what you two were talking about. In the contract, if it was, all right, I send you the product in exchange for a feed post. Basically, they post pictures in your merch and there's some type of caption, whatever it is. You want to make sure that's in the contract. If you guys need help with forming a contract, if you guys need a template for a contract, it's simply in my Discord, right? Hit the link in the description for my free Discord, and I literally have a free template for influencer contract. Now, this is very, very, very important. I want you guys to listen to this. Make sure you at least mention a collab post. I feel like not a lot of brand owners talk about this. A collab post with your influencer, man. You want to make sure you at least mention a collab post with the influencer. A collab post is basically on Instagram. You guys seen it before, where simply it's the influencer and your brand page, simply one post, and it's featured on the influencer's page and the brand's page. So a good thing about that is that the influencer gets a lot of engagement. That engagement will also be on your brand page as well. That's why I recommend doing the collab post, because that one post is going to get so much engagement and it's going to be on your brand page as well. So it's just going to look good for you either way. I know there's a lot of influencers out there that don't do collab posts, which I don't really understand, but that's just how they are. You kind of have to just weigh it out. Just ask them, be like, hey, how do you feel about a collab post? They might actually charge extra for it. All you have to do is communicate with the influencer, but I want you guys to make sure you at least ask them if we can do a collab post with their page and your brand page. Also, this is another important aspect when it comes to influencer marketing. Discount code. Personal discount code. You want to make sure you have a personal discount code for your influencer when you send them the merch and they post. You guys know how to work Shopify. All you have to do is create a discount code on Shopify, make it personal to that influencer. So if the influencer is Quan, all you have to do is say, here Quan, here's a personal discount code, Quan10 for 10% off for your audience. That gives the audience an incentive for them to buy from your brand. And it's also personalized to the influencer, which makes it more exclusive for the influencer. You found the right influencer, you contacted the influencer. Now we're going to talk about what happens after the merch touches down to the influencer. I want to say you want to give them around 3 to 4 days to actually make content with your merch. This is for the simple fact that some influencers actually have jobs and personal lives, so you don't want to like just be on them about making content. Give them a couple days, make sure the content is made thoroughly and genuinely. You don't want to make sure it's rushed. Give them a couple days to make the content. Don't let it go on for a week or 2 weeks. Give them a couple days. If it goes on for a week or 2 weeks, that's when you want to start contacting them and start pushing them a little bit to, start making that content for your brand. Before they even post the content, you want to measure your analytics. If your goal with this influencer was to get sales, you want to make sure, okay, how many sales do I have now compared to how many I'm going to have after they post? So say you started off with 30 pieces. You had 30 products before the influencer posted. You want to make sure you measure that before the influencer posts. You know you have 30 pieces before the influencer posts. After the influencer posts, you want to make sure and measure how many sales you get after that influencer post. Say the influencer posts one day, you want to measure throughout the next couple days how many sales you get with that influencer. Disclaimer, I'm gonna give you guys a quick disclaimer that I didn't mention earlier in the video. You want to send the influencer one piece. Send the influencer one product. I don't care if you have a hoodie, a pair of pants, t-shirt, a bag, whatever it is. Pick one product and send it to that influencer. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that before. Pick one product and send it to the influencer. And this is why. Now let's go back to the analytics. Measure your analytics before. After, you want to measure what happened after that influencer post. Now this will determine whether or not you send more merch to this influencer or you no longer send merch to this influencer. If I started off with 30 pieces before the influencer posted their content and I ended up with 15 pieces after that, that's a pretty good influencer. I got 15 sales from that one influencer. I definitely want to send more merch to that influencer. Now, if I started off with 30 pieces and I only sold maybe 1 or 2, that's probably not an influencer that I want to work with moving forward with my clothing brand. When you find that winning influencer, you want to build a relationship. Build a relationship with that influencer. Make sure you're always sending them merch. Anytime you have a drop, send them some merch. And this is how you will reach that 10K mark a month for your clothing brand with this one marketing strategy. Because if you find that one winning influencer, then you find that second winning influencer, then you find 3 to 4 winning influencers that you know when you send them that merch and they promote your brand, you get a certain amount of sales. You know that you have that winning influencer and you're able to make $10,000 with your clothing brand a month simply off influencer marketing. Hey, look, too much free game. game for y'all, man. I told y'all I was staying consistent with y'all, man, and I've been consistent throughout the last couple months with you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you guys liking, commenting, and subscribing to the boy. If you haven't liked, commented, and subscribed just yet, make sure you do that. It's completely free, and it gives me more drive to give you guys more free game when it comes to owning the clothing brand in 2025. Hit the link in the description if you want to join my one-on-one mentorship, where I'll take you in depth, step by step, hold your hand when it comes to the clothing brand experience, and make sure you hit that 10K mark a lot faster. Join the free Discord. Mr. B Special, we out.